Hey, good evening, and welcome to all of our Jubi Rev, Jubi Max family members. While we're at our webinar, where we typically do an income opportunity webinar, this week has been a week where we've been making sure that our existing Jubi family understands some of the coming enhancements and modifications so that we all have a company that we can go to bed at night and get up in the morning and know that the company is going to be there. Our president and owner will be leading the webinar, and he's not here just yet, so what we're going to do, bear with me, what we're going to do is go on and take some introductions. So if you would open up your questions box, tell us who you are, tell us where you are from, and we'll do some introductions in just a moment. We do miss Ayabumi Moore. She has a she just texted me. I think she's got a function, I think, with her daughter. So she's playing her mama role tonight. And I'm going to miss that Empower Me Now moment, but give us just a moment. We're going to get started here in just a minute here. All right, open up that questions box. Tell us who you are and tell us where you are from. Let's see here. We've got Hey Fonda in Virginia and Zeke and Jerry. They're in South Carolina. Hey, my Auntie Emma in North Carolina. One more moment. Just checking on one little thing here. There we go. Okay, good stuff. Hey, George and Marin, good to see you. Good morning to you. What is it over there? What time is it over there? Is it 11 in the morning over there? In Australia, good to have you. Hey, Jeanette from Ontario. Minnie from Brooklyn. King from Trinidad and Tobago, good to have you. 11 a.m. Okay. Bill, rock on in Birmingham, Alabama. Charlie from Virginia. Robert from Burgaw, from my home state of North Carolina. Robert, I don't know where Burgaw is, though. Robert, where is Burgaw? Where is that, buddy? Monique from California. Joyce from Missouri, good to have you. Tyron, one of our top, one of the biggest business builders here with us here in Jubi. Good to have you, Tyron. Jane from Virginia. Shelly from Virginia. Hey, Dennis from Charlotte. I used to live there in Charlotte. Hey, Dennis, that's where they kicked me out of college, at UNC Charlotte, buddy. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate that. Theme from Baltimore. Lancelot from Jamaica. Good to see you, Lancelot. 40 miles north of Wilmington. Oh, okay. So, okay. You're closer. You're on the East Coast. All right, Robert. Thank you, sir. Anne Marie from Massachusetts. Anne says, hey, I've got a 30.11 quality score. Sally says, I've got a 22% quality score. Fantastic. Kenny, welcome to the webinar. Bill, that means the world to me. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Burgaw means mud hole in Indian. Is it a mud hole, Robert? Our president and founder will be with us momentarily. And I was not on the webinar that he did last night because I was attending my son's graduation from middle school. He made me so proud. He had to get up, Queen Twitter, he had to get up and give a speech. And he told him, he in his speech, he said some things that I teach my boys and made Daddy proud. So we took some video. We'll have to put it up on YouTube or something like this. Made me proud. This made me proud.
Go, Joshua, go.
We're going to get started just as soon. Let's make sure. Give me a moment. I want to make sure. Typically, the president is not on webinars on Thursday, so let's just make sure that he didn't forget. Okay, I tell you what, until he gets here, let's just cover a few things then until he gets here. Bear with me, sending him a quick text.
Suleiman, how are you, sir?
Ah, there you go. There you go.
I was going to say, he's probably here.
Yeah, I absolutely am. I absolutely am. I was logging in, and it just seemed to kind of hang and hang and hang and hang and hang. And I said, boy, I sure hope they don't start without me. You can call me anything, but don't call me late for dinner, and don't call me late for a webinar.
Mr. President, I was not on with you on last night, so I'm not sure uh, uh, what you did. So I'm just going to give it over to you, and you be Batman, and I'll be Robin. How about that?
That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jay Joshua Beisel, president, owner of JubiRev, Jubi Max. Wanted to do this webinar here tonight for a couple of reasons. Normally, we have on the Thursday night call at this time slot. Normally, we have a business briefing. So, if you are a guest out here on today's call and you are looking to be a part of, as one of our top leaders said today, he said, "This is the future of opportunity." That's what he said. And so if you are looking to be a part of the future of opportunity, then make no mistake about it, JubiRev, Jubi Max is absolutely the place that you want to be. In fact, here on today's call, we're actually going to be talking about some of the most exciting enhancements that could possibly be made to a company that allows people to go out and make money that I could possibly imagine. I'm really excited about a lot of the improvements and additions and enhancements that we're going to be adding in here. Now, so if you are a guest here on today's call, you're going to want to make sure that you realize we're not going to do our normally scheduled business briefing here tonight, but you're welcome to stay, hang out with us. We got a lot of great things to cover. You're going to hear a little bit more about the vision and the future of our company. And as well, you're going to want to make sure you get back in touch with the person who brought you out here to tonight's call. They're going to show you how to log in, how to actually get started. And we have, of course, a lot of walkthroughs and trainings available for you in the back office as well. So with that said, Tilamon, I want to jump in and I want to make some pretty big announcements here that I think are really going to help everyone have an opportunity to really get their business center rocking and rolling in full compliance and ready to continue to grow. Okay, so I'm hearing a little bit of feedback. Have you been picking up feedback, or is that just coming through on my end, Tilamon?
No, you're fine on my end.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Well, then I will just ignore it then a little bit. Okay. So number one, effective on Tuesday, just a couple of days ago, effective on Tuesday, we made some pretty big compliance moves. The largest of those was that we put in place, in the spirit of our current compensation plan, a quality score measurement. Okay. We put in place a quality score measurement. And what this did was it ensured that everyone could visually see that their account either was inside or was outside of the compliance goals that our company has. Okay, so we have a very exciting system that works extremely well, that allows you to go out and, instead of having to get people to spend money when they haven't tried the products and services, we have a system that is designed to allow you to go out, let people try the products and services first. So we've added this new quality score measurement, which you are able to see when you log in. Now, Tilamont, I would say it's probably about 90% of the people really excited about the quality score. There's still a few people that just haven't quite understood it at all, although I think they're kind of starting to. And then there's probably a small minority of people that are not very happy with the quality score. So as the president of this company, I just want to set the tone here for what we're going to do with quality score, and just say that, you know what, we need quality score. Quality score is really important. In order for our company to grow, in order for our company to achieve its goals and be here for the long term, we need to make sure that we are a company that is currently in compliance. However, to that end, Tilamont, what I have decided to do is to give all of our members a 30-day grace period to make sure that their quality score gets to a minimum level of acceptability. Okay. Now, I want everyone to know that my goal is not for you, and your goal should not be for your business to be at a minimum level of compliance. Your goal should be to maximize the value of the system and the marketing system that you have in place, to go out and get as many customers as you can trying our products and services, using our products and services, and reordering our products and services. Very, very simple. So, T. Lamont, I realized that that on Tuesday night, my goal was to give everyone an opportunity to have an extension on their points expiration.
Gotcha.
And that was my goal. And I felt at the time that that might be a really good option for our members. And one of the other things that I did, T. Lamont, and I think this is really important, is that I made a real effort to go in and actually share with everyone on the webinar on Monday my personal phone number, my personal email address, so that people could in fact follow up with us. Very, very important. I wanted to hear what people had to say, what people thought, what people felt about the changes that we were making. I do not believe that a company should be a totalitarian event. I do not believe that a company should only be one-sided. It's always been my goal to build a team, and with our team work together to go out and move products and services into the marketplace, enhancing and enriching the lives of our customers with our quality products and services. Pretty simple.
Mr. President, can I stop you for just a moment?
Yep. Go ahead.
Quite a few, though I'm not hearing any feedback, quite a few folks are reporting that they are. I don't know if you're using.
I'm hearing it too.
Okay, I'm not hearing it, but several people have reported that they are. I don't know what you can do about that, sir.
You know, it's really annoying me too, because I feel as though I am hearing myself talk twice. So it's not making it easy. Let me see if I can make an adjustment here by calling in. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Now, while I'm doing that, T. Lamont, while I'm working on getting the audio in place here, I want you, if you can, to talk a little bit about the quality score, what the goals are, and then as soon as I come back, I'm going to jump right back in, and we're going to talk about how important it is here that that we be a company that listens to the field. Okay?
Okay. All right. Fantastic. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, what the quality score is it takes the amount of Jubi bucks that you have given away to customers, divides that by the number of Jubi bucks that have actually been used. So let's say you've given away 1,000 Jubi bucks, and if 100 of those Jubi bucks have actually been used, then you have a 10% score. All right, so the minimum standard at this point would be 10%. You want to make sure that you've got bucks that are actually being used. Remember, in the spirit of the compensation plan, the spirit of the compensation plan and the giving away of Jubi bucks is not just to get points. And I know we want to get points so that we can have more points to earn in the DOB, but it is to have customers to sample the products, to try the products in hopes that they'll like the product and they'll come back and they'll purchase again and again and again. Ladies and gentlemen, while we are earning on a daily basis, the key is ultimately we've got to build a very large customer base. So it's all about the customer. When Mr. Regulator comes and knocks on the door, he doesn't care how many promoters there are. He doesn't care how much revenue has been generated by promoters. What he cares about is, what about your customers? How many customers do you have for each promoter? And what's the customer revenue that the company is deriving versus revenue coming from promoters? And so it's important that we have the quality score, that we're not just dumping Jubi bucks and people are not using those Jubi bucks. The whole idea, again, is to get them to use and try the product in hopes that they will come back and use the products again. So what this is going to allow us to do now, again, what the president did the other day was he instituted immediately the quality score, but then he was going to extend the life of everyone's points for 30 days. With the feedback that he got back from the field, a lot of people were saying, well, I would prefer just to have a a grace period now that I understand the quality score to get my quality score up. And this won't be a situation where every time there's someone in the field saying something that the company's going to, comply with everything that everyone says. There's a lot of different opinions. As far as I was concerned, I thought that the way that was fantastic, because if you have had already a good quality score, all right, then that you got a little extra bonus that your points were earning longer. But what the president has decided to do is to go on and give everyone that 30-day extension. So what that means is if your ad was placed for the night, you'll be earning based on the points that you have. Now we've got time to start working on that quality score, okay? Very, very important, because once again, we're here to build a customer base while we're earning on a daily basis. We're here to build a customer base. All right, is that you, Mr. President?
I am. I'm still got this. I've still got a little bit of crazy feedback here, so I'm not sure. I may actually need to jump over and call in from a different computer. So we'll just see if anybody else can is getting the same feedback still.
Let's ask real quickly. Are you guys still getting feedback as the president talks?
It wasn't as bad as before, but I still hear it.
I got you.
I've got some yeses. I've got some nos. I've got a little. So it sounds like the attorneys that you have. One attorney says one thing, another attorney says another. No true consensus. I'll give it back to you, Mr. President.
All right. So let me ask you: Can you put in the phone number here so I can dial in, T. Lamont? I'd like to dial in. I mean, I got my phone fully charged. I really want to get through this information. I know this is. It's kind of a pain here, but I'd hate to sit here and not have people understand, because I've got some great news I want to share tonight. So.
Okay, give me a moment. So I'm going to text this to you, okay?
Awesome.
So you have your own independent code. Bear with me. So guys, go on in your Skype rooms and in your Facebook rooms and what have you. Let everyone know. Make sure their ads are placed. Quality score will still be there, but there's a grace period on that quality score. Mr. President, that's coming through right now.
Yep. I'm going to dial in right now.
And I've got one more piece to send to you, sir. Okay. All right, so the quality score. So your Jubi bucks that you've given out divided by the Jubi bucks that have been used, that's going to help determine your quality score. And your quality score ultimately is going to then determine the amount of points that you earn on. Of course, there were some people that had great scores, and so you didn't miss a beat. You earned on your full complement of points. There were some folks that the quality score was under the minimum that the company is setting as a standard for this time being, and so you didn't quite earn on your complement of points. All right, your full complement of points. Tonight and going forward for the next 30 days, you're going to earn from your full complement of points. However, we need to be working towards making sure that you and all of your teammates have increased your quality scores. And those of you that already have a good quality score, that we continue to have a good quality score. Mr. President, are you back with us yet? Okay, all right. I tell you what, while Mr. President is not there, I don't know exactly everything else he wants to talk about, and I certainly don't want to steal his thunder. So I'll just do a couple, some more welcomes from some folks that have come on since we started. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Fonda, good to see you. Judy Lynn, good to see you. James, good to see you. Dennis from California, good to have you. Kenneth Allen, Tamisha, good to have you. Hey, Nancy. Roy, good to have you. Hey, Andy, the Godfather Hoover, good to have you. My friend Jamie. And so some folks didn't understand it. Some folks don't like the quality score, so on and so forth. Let's make sure that we understand that one of the key things that we've got to make sure that we're doing is that we are building a culture where when people come and join with us and our existing folks, that we understand that we are building a business. Yes, we have a system and we want to continue to promote a system where the average person, Joe Average, Sue Average, not good at recruiting, sponsoring, or selling, has a chance to win. but that doesn't mean that we are passive. We're not a passive opportunity. It always cracks me up, Queen Twitter. We call her that because she's got hundreds of thousands of folks following her on Twitter. Cracks me up when people say this is passive because I work really hard. It's nothing close to passive.
I do too.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Okay,
yeah.
Now, can you guys hear the president okay now? Talk, Mr. President.
Is that a little bit better?
That's a whole lot better.
All right, everybody can hear me good then, right?
If you can hear the president, just put a yes in there or a Y. You can hear him really good.
You still good there?
You know what? This is
No,
amazing.
echo.
These are your attorneys. I'm telling you.
There's an echo. There's a slight echo.
Is there a slight echo? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, these are your attorneys on the other line, Mr. President.
Yep.
I hear you just fine. Then I hear somebody says it's worse.
Gotcha. So it has to be something to do with GoToWebinar because I've called in from my cell phone and I've logged in via the computer, which are two completely different networks. So here's what I'm going to do, folks. I'm going to go ahead and just jump right in here. Hopefully everybody will be able to hear me and understand me. And if you can't, if you're getting to a point where you can't, type something in there and T. Lamont, Queen Trader, just let me know because I certainly don't want to delay getting the information out here, and we'll go from there, okay?
Okay.
Right.
Mr. President?
Yep.
Dave says turn off the computer since you're on the phone because it might be picking up.
I got you. I'm in completely the other room, but we'll see if that helps me or not. So.
Okay.
All right.
So
I did log out. Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and talk.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely have some type of reverb in the system here tonight. So I'm just going to talk a little bit slower than normal and do my best to make sure that everybody can kind of understand. So we had a really, really big update call on Tuesday night, and it was our goal to move our company into a current state of compliance. And I believe that we have successfully done that. One of the things that I was able to do on that Tuesday night, 2 nights ago, was I was able to give everyone an opportunity to actually reach out to me personally. Over the last several days, I've heard from, at the very minimum, hundreds of you by email or by phone. And the vast majority of people are very, very excited about the vision and the path that our company has taken. Now, on Tuesday night, T. Lamont, we made a very big change, which was, of course, the quality score. Probably most of the people here on tonight's call are very aware of the changes that we made implementing quality score. What is quality score? Quality score is a method to help you view your account in terms of compliance. In other words, it's a method to help you look at your account, folks, and understand, hey, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing to build my business? Or am I getting my Jubi bucks in people's hands so that they're using them as samples? Am I giving people an opportunity to try the products and services so that they have an opportunity to have a good experience and then come back and become a customer? Now, here's the best part about this. Assuming that you've been doing that, you probably had a good quality score, as a lot of people do, and there was no impact. But over the last 48 hours, over the last 2 days, I've heard from hundreds of you, and the vast majority of people very, very excited to know that as a company, we have a real compliance plan, that we have a real goal to be and to continue to be fully compliant. But one of the things that I have discovered over the last few days was that there were some people who were impacted in a way that we weren't trying to. There was a couple of places where people might have been impacted by quality score, where they were maybe just gotten started, didn't have their quality score up. So there's a couple of things where people are, I know there's one country in specific where we haven't been able to get shipping to, for example. So there were some issues. Now, what I had done on Tuesday night is I had offered everyone the opportunity to have an extension of 30 days on their points as we go through and implement quality score now. What we have decided to do and the vast majority of people that we've spoken to have said, hey, this is going to be good for us, is we're going to instead, we're going to give an extension on a grace period, on quality score.
Gotcha.
So what this does for us, and what it does for all of our members, is it allows them to log in and see their quality score so that they can clearly see where they are, they can see their targets, they can see their minimums, but at the same time it's not going to stop them from being able to earn their share of the daily leadership bonus, okay? So that is something that is going to allow everyone to have the opportunity to enjoy, as long as they've got their ads placed, etc. They're still going to be able to participate in tonight's daily leadership bonus. Now, the other part of compliance is something that has always been here for JubiMax. It's always been in our compensation plan, not just in the spirit of our compensation plan, but it's always physically been in there, that you must have a minimum of $30 worth of customer volume in order to earn after your first 60 days as an upgraded member, okay? So once you have moved from free associate to any one of our levels, you are in a situation where you have no choice but to get a 60-day grace period to where you can get your customer volume where it needs to be. Now here's the challenge with that. Here's the challenge with that. With that customer volume requirement, a lot of people have been out building. We're a new company. They've been getting their team in place, Lamont, and a lot of people have said, look, maybe I knew that was there. Maybe I read it, but maybe I glanced over it. Maybe I wasn't, completely focused in on that CV, and so maybe I really need a little bit more time, especially if I joined early on, to make sure that I get my customer volume. So here's what we've done. We have, if you joined prior to or on April 7th, 2013, we are going to give you an additional 7 days on top of your 60-day grace period to make sure that you have your customer volume in place, okay? Because we don't want to prohibit anybody from growing their business. We want to make sure you've got plenty of time, but we want to make sure that you have an opportunity to actually get that. So, Tiamat, what we're doing is we are extending a grace period of 30 days instead of an extension of their points, so that everybody has an opportunity to get their point score up, and so that everybody has an opportunity to get their customer volume where it needs to be. And I can still hear quite a bit of feedback there, Tiamat. So let's see if we can maybe take some questions here, Tiamat, and get back.
What was on the CV requirement, everyone who joined before, what date?
Everyone who joined prior to or on April 7th, 2013, we'll have an additional 7 days to meet their CV requirement, okay?
Mr. President, if I can, before we go to questions, because I think people can hear me pretty good, let's make sure we understand some things about the CV requirement, customer value requirement. Excuse me just a moment. Okay, if your points are under 25,000, if you've got under 25,000 points, then your full requirement is 45 PQV, personal qualifying volume, of which 30 needs to come from a retail customer. Understand, that's not the fact that a retail customer used 30 Jubi bucks. That needs to be $30, minimum of $30, that your customer has purchased product above and beyond any use of Jubi bucks. So today, Mr. President, I had someone that I was talking with, and they had a loved one that was ready to make an order. They hadn't already registered. They were ready to go on a register and make an order. And one of the things I suggested that she do is, okay, well, she was going to give Jubi bucks. Well, the system automatically applies Jubi bucks to her order. And so she can use the Jubi bucks, but she needs to at least make sure that she, being the person who's ordering, that she orders at least products that total to $30 more than the Jubi bucks that she was going to use. So the promoter actually lowered the amount of Jubi bucks that she was going to give. Instead of maybe giving 300 or 400 Jubi bucks, she lowered that amount so that the person that was going to order from her could still use some Jubi bucks, but would purchase at least $30 more than the Jubi buck value, so that she would be qualified for her her requirement. So it's 45 PQV is the requirement, of which 30 can come from an outside customer. So if you are Jade, for instance, and you got a $15 a month auto ship, that could be $15 of your 45 requirement. Then the other 30 would come from a customer. If you are Emerald at $50 a month auto ship, I'm sorry, Emerald is $100 a month auto ship. If you're a Ruby at 50, Emerald at 100, Diamond at 200, you still need to have that customer volume that has nothing to do with the income opportunity. Now, when you go over to, when you're at 25,000 points or more, then your requirements would be, let's just do this, 45 PQV was for less than 25,000, of which 30 was customer volume. When you go over 25,000, your PQV is 260, personal qualifying volume, of which 60 of that needs to be customer volume. It could be the same customer, but that customer is simply spending more money, okay? Right now, the $60 a month. So anybody above 25,000, you want to make sure that's happening, where you've got that customer spending at least $60 of their money to purchase products. Now, Mr. President, I'm finished there. Do you want to go on and go to questions at this point?
Yeah, first of all, I think I might have figured out what was causing some of the feedback there. So can you hear me okay there?
Well, I've always been okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
You have to keep talking.
All right. So, all right. Well, here's what I'm going to do then. We've still got the feedback. I've still got that feedback, but that's okay. Let's do this, and let's do questions. And I tell you what we're going to do, Tilamon, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let you ask questions. I'm going to answer them so that the feedback is minimized for all of our guests on the call. And then here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to take over and I'm going to show off in the background some of our pro marketing pages that are on their way. Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's see if we can get to some questions here. Okay. So if an outside customer, Joyce, thank you for the question. If an outside customer makes an order for $50, she can use 20 in Jubi bucks. So let's say if you've given her 20 Jubi bucks, sure, $30 in cash. Now, that $30, Joyce, would not have anything to do with covering the shipping and handling. So that needs to be $30 that went to pay for product, then whatever the additional amount would be for shipping and handling, and then obviously that entire purchase could be offset with Jubi bucks if they've been given Jubi bucks. So they need to spend $30 in product over and above any shipping, over and above any Jubi bucks, okay? Okay. Where does that leave us right now with the Daily Leadership Bonus? Where that leaves you with the Daily Leadership Bonus is the fact that everyone's got that 30 days. Everyone has the 30 days grace. So everyone's got the 30-day grace to get your quality scores up, number one. Number two, your CV requirement. If you were coming up on a day or two or three before, I'm sorry, your CV requirement, you got an extra 7 days there if you joined and upgraded before, when was that? April the 7th, I believe it was. No, is that right? That's not right. Give me a moment.
Yep, if you joined on or before April 7th.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yep,
right.
we're going to add. We're just going to add an additional 7 days grace there. So.
Now that's not 7 days every month, forever and ever. Amen. That's
just one time. Just one time.
Okay. And then obviously, now if your auto ship is due, then you want to make sure you cover your auto ship, so that you've got your auto ship time it's due. Go on and cover your auto ship with your eCash, so on and so forth. If you need to load some eCash to make sure your auto ship is taken care of, you can feel free to do so. Jeanette, if you feel that necessary, I won't say exactly what you are asking, That might be a private nature, but if you feel that necessary, then that makes perfect sense if that's something that you need to do there. Give me a moment here. Let's see here. Okay, so I gave my customer who signed up a bottle of weight loss products to try. Now she needs to order, pay shipping above the amount of $30 or $60. Is that right? Yeah, Judy Lynn. She needs to, if you get, in order for your CV requirement, if you have a point total less than 25,000, then you need $30 in CV, customer volume. So she needs to pay $30 above and beyond any Jubi bucks, above and beyond any shipping. If your point totals are 25,000, then she needs to pay above and beyond, he or she, $60, or maybe she only does it 30, but maybe you have another customer, another friend, relative, somebody that you've met on the internet or what have you. And ladies and gentlemen, go to your neighbor, go to your mom, dad. Hey, mom, I need to make an order. At least $30, $60, what have you. Now, what we want to do now that we are putting all these things in place while we're building, we want customers. We want customers, and we want to make sure that we get back to what this industry is about while still having the ability to earn every day, even if we're not great at recruiting, sponsoring, or selling. A big difference is typically in other companies, you had to sell them on the bottle of juice, the weight loss, or what have you. Here, hey, you can try it. Depending on the amount of Jubi bucks you have, you can try it. And what you may do is have them to try it, but don't. Let's say if I wouldn't give someone right now, if I was having my brother register so I can take care of my CV, I'm not going to give my brother 400 Jubi bucks right now. I'm going to give my brother a much smaller amount of Jubi bucks so that he goes in and he orders at least $30 worth or $60 worth, depending on what my requirements are. Maybe some Jubi bucks, but enough so that he pays the extra. He gets the product. He sees value in the product. Hopefully he comes back and he orders again and again and again. Okay? Mr. President, someone is asking any update on Vitality and any update on travel.
Both of those are great questions, Lamont. The travel for those that ordered the product has been delivered for some time, and I've been getting some pretty nice feedback. We have not launched it officially, like we haven't had a call where you and I come out and talk about the product and demo the product, because quite frankly we've been working on making sure that we've got all of the things in place that we need to have in place to make sure that we are a currently compliant company. So that's taken away some of our time to officially launch it. But for those that have ordered the product, it has been live for some time now in their back office. And here's what's really exciting. We're in the process right now of making sure that it goes live for sale in the Jubi Max mall for customers. So those of you that are wanting to make sure that you've got a digital delivery product that people can purchase, we're going to make sure that that is absolutely available. So we're pretty excited about that. That should be coming. The Vitality product, we have completed the Vitality product at this point. I'm very, very pleased with the Vitality product, and that's definitely going to be a product that there are a lot of people interested in. At this time, I would say it's a very minimum, Lamont. You're probably looking at about 30 to 45 days, and we have several other products that have taken a front seat to that process because, like an example, the energy coffee that's coming, we're very excited about the healthy energy coffee. We've got several other products, Jubi Mindset, and some other things that are kind of taking a step up, so to speak, in terms of the priority list, but Vitality is ready to go. It just takes the time to roll it out. One thing that I want everybody to understand is this. Most companies, when they launch, they take one product to one country. And I realize that we've taken 10+ products to, I think, over 100 different countries. And that's a tall order. And sometimes, every once in a while, we got to shore up a little bit and make sure that we're big enough to fill our boots. as my dad would like to say, okay? So, you know, we definitely have a lot of things that are happening all at the same time. But again, I'm in no hurry because I know that this is a march to build a long-term company that's going to be around for a long term, that has real distributors out moving real products and services into the marketplace, and people are really building teams and building an income for their business center that is going to be here to last. So I know that a lot of people have said, man, if you don't hurry up, by this time I would have already come and gone in a company. And I said, well, maybe that's the problem, you know. We're building a company that's designed to be here for a long time. We're looking for people that are ready to go out and build with us for the long haul. So,
Mr. President, as you were talking, I was trying to do some private answers to some of the questions here. What did you say about vacations? Did you say that's somewhere in the back office, or that's going to be released? What did you say about that?
So Jubi Vacations, if people have ordered Jubi Vacations, it's been delivered a long time ago. However, what hasn't happened is, Lamont, you and I haven't launched the product. We haven't come out on the webinars and said, hey, take a look at this, take a look at this. We've got a lot of things that we are working on. We spent 2 weeks on the Jubi Suite, and now we're going to have a couple of weeks on compensation plan and compliance. So when that's done, we'll go through the official launch process of Jubi Vacations, and we'll look at all of our products and pick which one is going to be launched next, so to speak. But I do know that Jubi Vacations will be available for purchase at JubiMax.com for customers certainly this week, but I'm expecting tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow's Friday, so in the next 48 hours we'll probably get that job done.
Okay, all right. So, Lancelot, that starts to answer that, and you've mentioned for the international audience that ultimately there's going to be a trifecta, Jubi Vacations, which looks like we're right there with Jubi Vacations. You mentioned tonight, you mentioned Jubi Mindset. I think on Tuesday night you mentioned you had a blurb about Jubi Academy. We've got a lot of things going on, Mr. President. We've got a lot of exciting enhancements that you know, people heard about $1,000 bonuses again and again, and rank advancement bonuses of $100,000 and up, and $10,000 bonuses again and again, and all that good stuff, and matching bonuses in the unit level on the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th level. So there's a lot of things I'm sure that's happening behind the scenes programmatically for all of that. Question for our international audience. Jubi Mindset, Jubi Academy, do you have a little bit more that you can share with us on that?
Sure. So a couple of things on that. One, and I got that crazy echo, so I'll try to talk slow for everybody, although I'm really excited. I want to put a little bit more energy into it. I got to slow down because this echo is making it a little difficult. But a couple of things that I can tell you that are really, really important about those two products. One, we really have two different product lines. We have our physical delivery product lines, and we have our digital delivery product lines. Now, I was speaking with a gentleman in Australia here today, and he's very excited about our physical delivery products. But we've got to work together to find the most cost-effective shipping solutions that decrease the amount of time that it takes for his customers to get his products, that decreases the cost of shipping. And so it's going to be at least a 1 to 3 month, maybe more, process of working with Mike to ensure that his team and his offline customers, or his customers purchasing physical products, are getting them shipped timely and with the right pricing, etc. So there's a lot of work to do. But those of you that are looking to really mastermind and really pioneer your area of the world or your country, now is a great time to start digging in and going to work on that as it relates to physical delivery products. Now, I can also tell you that our physical delivery products are our primary focus for the North American market. So in North America, the primary focus is going to be the physical delivery products. Now, for those of you that are looking outside of North America for products that are available now, you don't need to You don't need to worry about shipping costs or the time lag that may happen with shipping. We have developed a rich solution that I call the digital delivery trifecta. Now, the digital delivery trifecta is really designed to be the highest consumer value products we could find that would also allow you to have an actual margin in there so that you and your team could be paid commissions in selling the products, right? We know that there's other digital delivery products out there where the margins are so tiny. You might sell a $100 item, but if there's only 50 cents or $1 in total commission that can be paid out to 10 or 20 people involved, there's nothing there. We also wanted to make sure that we had digital delivery products that actually had real value, products that people would actually be purchasing in the marketplace at the price point that they were being offered, even without the opportunity attached. And the products that we've come up with that meet that strict criteria are really only 3 products. Number one is our travel membership, which is, of course, Jubi Vacation. So our travel membership has a high perceived value, has a high use rate, has a real high value. People can actually use Jubi Vacations to take and plan the vacation of a lifetime, and we actually show them how through their membership they can save as much as 70% on traveling the world like the rich and famous. Very, very exciting product. Now that product has, of course, been a part of our product offering from day one. That's been delivered some time ago. People that have ordered it already have access to it. We are expanding its availability to the JubiMax.com mall very, very soon. So those of you that are looking to let your customers try that product, you're going to be able to do so very, very soon, hopefully in the next 48 hours. But we also have 2 additional products that I want to talk a little bit about. One is the Jubi Academy, and the other one is Jubi Mindset. Now, I'm going to start with Jubi Academy for just a moment, because I believe for a lot of people who are marketing, especially outside of North America, who are really looking for a product that they can sink their teeth into, a product that people want, the Jubi Academy is very exciting because it's based on training put together by some of the world's top internet marketing experts, and actually teaching people how to succeed online, whether for their own business or whether it's just for starting a business online. The Jubi Academy, very, very exciting. Now, there are several other topics for discussion that may be offered, but primarily the Jubi Academy is going to be an internet marketing training and tools division, which will all be digital delivery. Going to have a high perceived value, a high use rate. It's going to be an excellent product that people can go out and market. Now, the third part of this trifecta, which I'm very excited about, is actually called Jubi Mindset. And, you know, the way I would frame this is very simply this. The body cannot achieve what the mind cannot conceive. Most of us cannot have our wallet outgrow our mindset. Okay, and so personal development is something that everybody needs, whether it's a stay-at-home mom in a country whose name I can barely pronounce, to maybe it is a guy who jumps out of airplanes as a skydiver in Australia. I've got a friend who actually does that down under, to I actually work with a scientist in New Zealand, and he has, as he calls it, a boring job. And he, you know, and so he comes home and he's looking to really have an opportunity to expand his mindset, to improve his relationships with people, to improve every aspect of his life. So personal development is a very broad reach and a very highly consumable product. So we've got those 3 exciting digital delivery products, which are going to be primarily for our global markets outside of North America. Now, they are going to be available in the U.S. as well, and of course our physical delivery products will remain available outside of the U.S. as well. But what we see taking shape here is, as we grow, we find teams of people, that are coming together, focusing in on one or more products or a group of products, saying, hey, from our team's perspective, we're really excited about these products. These products work well for our group, or work well for our demographics, or work well for our country. And so again, folks, JubiMax is not designed to be a quick company that pops up one day and then you know, everybody gets to make a few dollars and then everybody goes home. We have designed this business for you know, sometimes I throw out 10-year, 20-year plan. The reality of it is that we've designed this business for an extremely long-term view to be able to be the first blend of internet marketing and network marketing. What does that mean? It means that as a company, we're going to continue to add products and services that are in high demand as it relates to online e-commerce. And you know, Tilaman, I got to tell you, I do have a complaint that comes up you know, about once a week from somebody who says, "Hey, Josh, do you ever just feel like it's maybe too much?" And I said, well, let me turn the question on you for a minute. I said, am I giving you too much opportunity? Is it too much opportunity? And I will say, Tilaman, that it's important when somebody new gets started that they have a simple step-by-step system. It's very easy to understand. Hey, get started, do these 3 things, and these are the results that you can expect to get. I understand that is a very important part of it. But as people grow, their awareness grows, and as people would like to move into leadership within our company, within our organizations, they're going to be able to see that there is a rich depth to our company that allows people to have a much bigger opportunity than they might have at first seen. So again, we certainly are bringing about a tremendous number of products. We are reaching a very large audience. We have a lot of moving pieces here, and the reality of it is, for those that are ready for the long term, those that are ready to come in and build a team, to build a sales organization that is effectively moving real products and services into the marketplace, it's providing real value for people, and especially for people who are doing that, using the very unique things that are the JubiMax way. Number one, we have a sampling culture. I truly believe that for those of you that do the research, for those of you that are in the know, you realize that we have a fractured marketing landscape. We have a landscape where, in fact, it's called the second screen syndrome. Tilaman, we've talked about it. There's a growing double-digit percentage of people who now watch TV while holding their smartphone and surfing the internet. So, you know, we got people who are getting advertised to from the television and from their smartphone at the same time. Here in Phoenix, Arizona, I'm driving down the road. We don't just have billboards anymore, Tilaman. We have high-definition billboards, okay? In fact, the city of Phoenix, Arizona was actually recently advertising. They had a commercial on one of the big high-definition billboards that actually said, "Don't forget to pay your taxes," okay? So my point is that we live in a fractured marketplace where skepticism is at an all-time high. What is the solution to that? Well, folks, it's a big idea. Letting people try before you buy. Letting people actually experience quality products and services that can really enrich and enhance their lifestyle is a lot easier for somebody brand new to do, and even somebody experienced to do, than actually asking somebody to buy something before they even know that it works for them. So we're working to create and manifest a very successful sampling culture. We also want to create a culture that is very pro-newbie or very pro-new person. We want a culture that's going to really support Joe Average and Sue Average. I truly believe that leadership exists to support everyone. I truly believe that compensation is reward for service. So we've got to create a culture that allows the new person to get in and get started and get results. And that's why we have the point system that we have. And I also believe that we have a culture where we are beginning to truly blend internet marketing with network marketing. What does that mean? It means that there's going to be a lot of products, there's going to be a lot of uniquenesses, there's going to be some moving pieces. But for those of you that are here, our founding members, our early adopters here at JubiRev, JubiMax, I got to tell you, there are big things happening. You are part of something that is big and getting bigger every single day. It's going to take a little bit, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those of you who say, wow, I get the big picture. That's exciting. I get it. I want to be a part of it. I want to understand more. So we've created things like the quality score, which of course is one of the reasons why we're doing this here tonight. We've created things like the quality score so that you can see exactly the results of your efforts as it relates to not only compliance, but also the effectiveness of what you're doing. And we realized that a lot of those changes came about unexpectedly for good folks. And so what we decided to do, and now that I'm not hearing feedback, I'm kind of trying to rush through kind of a quick recap to make sure everybody could hear and understand what I had said earlier. But we've basically gone from my original goal on Tuesday night was to say, hey, listen, we're going to give your points a 30-day extension. Now we're saying, you know what, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to extend the life cycle of your points. What we are going to do is give you a 30-day extension to be able to make sure that your account is fully in compliance. So those of you whose quality score is not yet where it needs to be, you need to get to work. You need to understand how the system is designed to work. You need to come out to the calls. We're going to be implementing some training calls so that you can really get your questions addressed. Hey, I know I've got this grace period, but I see my quality score is at 7% or 8% or 9%. What do I need to do to get that quality score up? I realize I've got several weeks now. I've got 30 days. What can I do to improve that? We're going to have some training calls specifically so that you understand how to make sure the sampling is working for you and helping you and this company grow. And the other thing is the customer volume. Folks, I want everybody to understand a very simple concept. The very simple concept is that we are a revenue sharing company. What does that mean? It means, folks, that as a company, we've got to have customers ordering products and services. We've got to have revenue to share. And to the extent that we've got revenue to share and you've got points that are active and qualified, you're going to get a slice of our daily leadership bonus. That's the way the system works. But there are many, many rules and regulations that have to be followed. Those are all woven into our current compensation plan. And here's the important thing you want to understand. You must have a minimum of $30 worth of customer volume outside of another independent promoter in order to earn. Now, we do give a grace period. We're extending that. And Dave Koneski and I are going to be working diligently to create a daily builder call so that you have an opportunity to actually focus in on, hey, how do I go out and sample? How do I go out and get customers? What do I say in an email to somebody? How do I place an ad on Facebook? Should I tell so-and-so about this product? Because our vision here is to build a sales organization. Our goal here, folks, really is to empower you with the information and the tools that you need to go out and help this business grow, and in so doing, have the opportunity to build an income for yourself that is representative of your own personal efforts as well as the efforts of your specific team, and as well as additional bonuses and incentives that are in part based on what the rest of the company is doing as well. So again, folks, we want to create that opportunity for you. Now, as we probably know, Team Lamont, from what we talked about on our Tuesday night call, we have a lot of improvements and enhancements coming. We are going to be making some very, very important and exciting changes to our compensation plan. Why? Because we need to be able to facilitate maximum growth. We talked about it on Tuesday night, folks. There are large teams of people who single-handedly represent many more people than are already here at JubiMax. Okay, we are in our infancy, to say the least. We don't even rank yet on the top 10,000, top 15,000 companies. Okay, and we've done a great job in our growth so far. But in order for us to get where we need to go, in order for us to get our revenues where they need to be, in order for us to grow into the shoes or grow into our boots, so to speak, in order to grow into the company that already has 10-plus products being marketed in over 100 different countries, we're going to need to be a company that can attract leadership. Now, those of you that are here that say, hey, I'm a new person, what does that mean for me? Well, our core compensation plan is many-fold. One of which is our uni level, which is covered in the Jubi suite. One part of it is the revenue sharing through our daily leadership bonus. And I got to tell you, as our company has an opportunity to grow, your opportunities grow as well. So we've got to be that company that is positioned to be here for the long haul. We've got to be that company that has the world's best compensation plan. We've got to be that company that has the world's best marketing. And I believe that we are just a few short weeks away from truly beginning to fill our boots. in order to do that, there's no doubt about it, there are some very tough decisions that have had to be made. There are some very, and most of you are very positive and excited. Some of you have had some concerns, didn't understand, and that's why T. Lamont, myself, and Dave want to thank you for coming out on the calls, and Queen Trader. That's why all of us have been out on the calls all week long to help all of you through understanding what we need to do as a company to maintain our status as a currently compliant company, and to merge into the company that is prepared to truly grow and to truly begin to fill the vision that we all had when we started with JubiRev, JubiMax. So with that said, hopefully, T. Lamont, you've picked up a couple of other questions, and if you do, I'll be glad to answer them for you.
On the page that we're seeing right now, which is a beautiful page, by the way, it says claim your trial bottle today, and then it says eat healthy on us tonight, free $50 dining card. Someone was asking, what is that?
And that's a great question. I'm going to wait until the pro marketing system goes live in order to answer that. Here, let me show you one, and parts of that have not been edited. Typically, they do a lot of the graphics first, but let me show you one that has been edited and ready to go. Hang on just a second here. Oh, let's go here. Let me go here. Let's look at this one here. Now, this is one that probably has 99% of the language ready to go, T. Lamont. Okay. And so this one is about I mean, it's really powerful. And by the way, we're going to be moving these into brochures. We actually have a 15-page or 16-page weight loss guide that we're working on right now, T. Lamont. Those of you that are going to be really working with our weight loss division, I got to tell you, it's really exciting. It's completely custom. You've never seen anything like it, and that's going to be coming out as well. So really what we are going to be able to do in the back office, T. Lamont, is we're going to be building focus centers. And people are going to be able to log in. They're going to be able to choose one or more focus centers, which are going to quite frankly allow them to see their JubiMax business from the scope of that particular product line focus. So we're going to have a focus center for physical delivery products. We're going to have a focus center for digital delivery. We're going to have a focus center for weight loss. We'll have a focus center for the healthy coffee. So, and by the way, we even have some other new products that are coming out. And one of the things that's happening, and this is where I want everybody to really get the big picture of what we're doing here. The big picture is that, T. Lamont, every week we now have people coming to us saying, hey, we see what you're doing at JubiMax. We know how many people you have already out promoting. We know that you're in your infancy. We know that you're going to grow much bigger than you are now. Would you consider carrying our product? Okay. One of the things I want everybody to understand is that even with the focus centers, it's still important to understand that our goal as a company is to be viewed as an online e-commerce giant. Those of you that are participating as independent promoters that have positioned yourselves to be a part of our growth, who are out, moving products and services yourself, building a sales team, etc., you're going to have an opportunity to benefit from all the things that we're doing. But our company is going to be a global e-commerce giant. That's what we're doing. So that's where all the products are coming from. And again, here's the best part about it, Team One. We didn't dump 100 products back there to start. We're picking each product selectively as a product that represents an emerging trend or current growth trend or just a successful and strong trend online. Weight loss, we've got coffee, we've got the vitality, we've got beauty, okay, and I could go on. So we're very excited about all of those things that we're doing. And go ahead, Tina. I probably answered a few questions you didn't ask there.
Okay. Give me a moment. Excuse me. Bear with me. I've been doing quite a bit of private answering, so let me get to some that I've not answered here. Cheryl, I see your question. That's probably going to be more of a right, Mr. President. Let me ask this. Cheryl, I'm going to ask you a question. When customers place orders, I don't think that shows up right now in real time. Do we know if that's on the agenda to make sure that that's programmed when customers show orders, when customers place orders?
Well, right now it's programmed to show once per day, so it gets updated once per day. Long term, I'm not sure. One of the things that one of the big things online is, of course, customer loyalty. So we believe that our system really solves one of the biggest problems in online e-commerce. One of the other problems that happens in online e-commerce is, of course, fraud. And so we have a manual review process for customer volume as it comes through there, and we are getting closer and closer and closer to streamlining it. So who knows, at some point customer volume may actually be aggregated in real time, but right now it's manually verified and run and pushed in once per day.
Okay. Mr. President, does that mean then, as I'm working on my quality score, for instance, if I were to have a person that went right now and they registered and they got JubiBucks and they used those JubiBucks, would that automatically register with my quality score, or might that be something that also happens once daily?
I believe it happens. I believe CV is updated once per day at 12:05, so just after midnight, and I believe that quality score is updated each day. I think I want to say at 7 p.m. Central. So at different times, but each day your quality score is updated, and each day your CV is updated. And I just want to make sure that everybody understands that the reality of it is, either you know how to increase your CV, you know how to get your quality score up, and you were working on doing that, or you need some help. We're going to have the training calls that are going to be designed for the sole purpose of helping you go out, get your customer volume, helping you go out and make sure that your quality score is up. And again, that minimum quality score is exactly that, Tina. That's just the minimum, okay? That doesn't win anybody any special awards. We had some people on the Tuesday night call who have, 18%, 28%, 46%. We have some people in the 80s, 90s, 70s. We even have some people who have 90+% quality score on their JubiBucks. So the spirit of the system, folks, is to get out there and get products in the hands of customers so that they can try the product, see how the products work, see that these are products that they want to add into their life, and then begin to create orders and reorders and auto-ship orders for those products as you go out and build customers.
Mr. President, if you've already had someone to register as a customer to get JubiBucks, and this happened prior to the launch of Jubi Rebates, is there a way to have that same customer be able to use Jubi Rebates? And if so, how would that person do that? I don't know if that's a link back there in the back office for that or not.
That's a great question. I think that I'll need to check with the team to find out. Our goal with Jubi Rebates is for people who are members of the JubiMax.com mall and online shopping center to have an opportunity to see the benefits of the Jubi Rebates, which has been a fantastic product, and begin to use that shopping assistance. So we want to have customers who are loyal customers of Jubi Max who are also enjoying the benefits of Jubi Rebates. As to where they click to go where, that I am at this point not quite sure.
Okay. All right. Mr. President, how much time do you want to give it? There were some questions I think I saw earlier on that we didn't get to, but then more questions are coming in as well.
You know what? Well, I tell you what. Let's do a couple more minutes. One thing's for sure, folks. We're here for the long haul, and happy to answer questions. I think at this point, Lamont, everybody understands that we got to work together to make this happen. And so if I can answer a few more minutes worth of questions, by all means, let's do it.
Okay.
And again, with this echo, I got to get the recordings up of yesterday's call. Boy, Tina Mont, you need to watch those. We actually had some really awesome calls last night and yesterday. We actually did 2 webinars, Dave and I, yesterday. Pretty awesome.
Okay. Someone is asking, does GQV include the Jubi bucks used by our customers? And James, the answer to that, my friend, is no. The GQV would be actual cash orders, whether we're talking about people that may be a part of your network, your referral network, other promoters that are on auto ship, cash order, all right? Of course, they use Max Bucks, but they've made purchases of those Max Bucks with cash. Or the customer made a purchase with cash. That's what would go into your group qualifying volume, not the fact that customers purchased or customers used Jubi bucks. Okay.
Tina Mont.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
this
Dave.
is Dave. I don't, if I can interrupt there. And if I'm breaking up, then maybe you can explain this. But what I'm finding a lot of people getting their CV score is maybe they gave 70 Jubi bucks to a customer or 50 Jubi bucks to a customer. And so say they gave that customer 50 Jubi bucks, but that customer spent $89 total. 50 Jubi bucks came off of that. The other 39 that they use on their credit card goes to their CV score. So I think that it's not only just cash orders, but a lot of times it's a mixture of part cash, part Jubi bucks. Does that make sense?
Yes, but in that example, too, I forget who asked that question. James, I think it was. James, in that scenario there, what would go to the GQV would not be that 50 Jubi bucks that would use. It would be, in Dave's example, would be the additional $39 worth of a purchase.
Right.
That would go in the actual GQV.
But the reason I'm at, if you don't mind, could you talk about what I just shared? Because I'm getting a lot of tickets on that, and people are confused kind of how that works. You know, how to use partial Jubi bucks, partial cash to get their CV. I was talking about CV. I apologize.
Gotcha. Well, what happens, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what I was saying a little bit before, Dave. Let's say I connect with my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law's got a little pot belly, right? You know, hey, brother-in-law, I want you to try the weight loss. Well, at this point, hey, I need to make sure I get my CV also. So, Dave, I wouldn't call my brother-in-law and say, hey, register here and give him 400 Jubi bucks, because then he'd use all the Jubi bucks to buy the weight loss, and he probably wouldn't need $400 worth. So I might set my system. I can go to in your back office. You can go to where it says Jubi bucks up at the top. You can go to your Jubi buck manager, and you can tell the system based on the Jubi bucks you have how many Jubi bucks you want to give when a customer registers. So maybe what I do there is I set my system to where I'm going to give them 20 Jubi bucks, and then give them a call and say, hey, Jamie, go here, man, register, going to get $20 off, give you 20 Jubi bucks. That's like a $20 gift certificate. Go and try this phenomenal weight loss product. He covers the rest of it, at least $30 out of pocket. So if he buys $57 worth of product, and I gave him 20 Jubi bucks, well, that 37 additional dollars is going to be my CV. That 37 additional dollars is going to be the CV. Does that make sense, Dave?
Can I share one more thing?
Sure.
We've been trying to get CV, and I finally saw my totals and didn't realize, because I had my mom make an order, but I thought it was over a 6-day period, so I didn't really understand it either. My mother had made an order in April, and yet, or maybe it was even over that, but anyway, I had 200 CV, and my mother had only made an order of like 35 because I wanted to make sure I had my points or whatever. I can't remember exactly. It was a very small order. I had over 200 CV. All of my CV that I have is because I was giving people, I'm only giving out between 70 or 80 Jubi bucks, and I've had quite a few orders where I gave somebody 70 Jubi bucks, they went in, they bought $104 worth of stuff, they took the 70 Jubi bucks and that I gave them, and they added the other $34 on their own, and that really helped my CV score quite a bit. And it was actually, I'm pretty excited about that. So I think if people start giving the smaller amounts of Jubi bucks, it really works out to their advantage. Because now, if you give them 400, the way our system's set up, if they're only going to spend 250 and you're giving them 400, they have to use all Jubi bucks. They're just paying for shipping. But if you give them 60 or 70 or 80, then when it comes time to check out, they're saying, well, hey, you know what? I want to try the whole skincare line. Let me try everything. Oh, wow, that's 120 total. I've got 80. I don't mind paying the extra 40 bucks on my credit card. And we're seeing a lot of that. I'm seeing a lot of that.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, when, again, you heard Joshua Beisel talk about that he and Dave, and that's who you just heard, Dave Kaninsky, they're going to be doing daily business builder calls. No, daily, maybe it's every day, maybe it's whenever, but whenever they start doing that, those are the types of things that you're going to pick up. And then I'm sure, Dave, people are going to start to ask you, well, Dave, man, you got all this CV. What are you doing? How did you get all this CV? And I'm sure there'll be even other people that have great quality scores. Well, Diane, what did you do to generate such a great quality score? And so remember, this isn't passive. Yes, we can make money on a daily basis, but we're building a real business. Mr. President, are you there, sir?
I am, absolutely.
Okay. I'll give it, Mr. President, how about we just give it over to you for you to close out the webinar?
Awesome. So a couple of quick things, and just going through the information here that I wanted to see if I could address. And Dave, I certainly appreciate your help. I'm really looking forward to getting going with you in terms of what we're doing in terms of the daily builder call. I think that's going to be absolutely fantastic. I think people are going to really enjoy that, Dave. So I'm very much looking forward to it. But here's what I can say. Over the last couple of days, we have all had an opportunity to really get an inside view of the way our company needs to work in order to maintain a current state of compliance. And no doubt that some of you were a little bit surprised by these things. I know that many of you have never been in any type of business before, and certainly not anything like Jubi, since Jubi is, in fact, a very unique company on its own. But what I can say is this: for those of you that are serious about building a long-term business, you are absolutely at the right place with the right company and the right people, because together we're going to work together to help all of you achieve your goals in actually helping us as a company move the products and services into the marketplace. So with that said, I'm going to close out the webinar the way I close them all out, or virtually all of them. And really is just a simple phrase that I really believe helped transform my life, and I believe it will help transform your life if you really take the time to understand what it is that I'm saying and begin to apply it into your life and into your business. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. And no doubt, for many of you, you realize that us as a company making the tough choices to make sure that we maintain in a current state of compliance, to make sure that we have a culture that is the right culture for a long-term company, surely you realize that that is not the easy path for us to have taken. Nothing could have been easier several weeks ago, nearly a month ago when this came to light, than for us to simply ignore it, move on, do our best to grow, and leave all of you to wonder and in sleepless nights whether or not we were a company that was going to be here for the long haul. Instead, we took charge, we took the path less traveled, and we did everything we could to build an exciting growth path for our company that is designed to help all of you enjoy a long-term company. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do, and it is certainly not without my note that other companies, other less successful companies, chose not to take that path and instead simply woke up and terminated all USA distributors. Folks, successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. The reality of it is that we have a tremendous company. We have amazing products and services. We have a very exciting compensation plan that will absolutely be the most lucrative compensation plan in existence, at least to my very best estimation. And so you do not want to miss our very next company update call, which is going to be coming up here this Monday. And again, that is going to be this coming Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we are going to have 2 more calls over the next couple of days. Tilamon, I believe we have one tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we also have our Saturday call. And Dave, what I'd like to do, if you're available on Saturday, I'd like to have Saturday be an actual training call to help people get their to be able to get their quality score up and to be able to get their CV. That's what I'd like to focus on.
Absolutely, I'll be there.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Tilamon, I want to say thank you to you, sir. I know we've had an epic week this week of calls, and I will join you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that said, folks, I'll see each and every one of you at the top, on the inside, and on the beaches of the world. Bye for now, everyone.
So that's it for now. If you have any questions, please get back to the person that shared this video with you, or you can send a support ticket from your JubiRev back office. Thank you. We look forward to hearing of your success.